Richard Gere Rose. Richard Gere Rose. There's something gross about Richard Gere. He's just like, that's a gross looking fucker. I mean, that's one guy I just look at and go, you're a bad motherfucker, man. Buddhism or not, you're a bad motherfucker. Looks like someone who basically, by his own choice, could have absolutely no fucking sense of humor. I just like, if there's one actor I want to just kick him in the face, it's Richard Gere. Kick him in the face. Kick him in the face. You're like, fuck, why did you do that? Fuck. Fucking loser. And I'd be like, does that hurt, Richard Gere? Yeah, it does. Fucking like a bitch. Fuck, my lawyers are gonna rip you apart. Yeah, well, I have a picture of you of Juliet Roberts. It's from Pretty Woman. And I think you conducted yourself in an immodest way. And you exposed an underage woman to a place of illicit sexual activity. It was a movie, motherfucker. Still, I've watched that movie a number of times, and I think you're still guilty. Crazy motherfucker. Now, where's Stucky? I'm particularly offended by his absolutely misogynistic attitude to this beautiful woman who did nothing to him except take his best friend away and the guy that made him wealthy and took his Lotus and ruined the gearbox. And then she found that he had potential, even if Stucky's car didn't, which technically he should have been the more attractive male because he had the smaller penis and he had more to prove. And he was bald. Oh my God. Getting sexually assaulted in Parksville. It's an all too common experience for me. I don't even have the satisfaction or the consolation of writing my almost famous poetry. Vaginas of that nature don't blow my hair back. Whatever they call their tits doesn't make me hot. I want to get as far away from these stalkers as I can. It just seems like I really just been robbed of years when I could have been with an attractive woman, drinking wine at the cabin while we sit and have an anatomical lesson with great specificity on every part of you from crack to tit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My apologies. Modesty, Landon. Humility. Be humble. I am humble. I am very humble. I have holes in my shoes, humble. I'm sitting on my ass on a log on the edge of the sea, having never fished a day in my life, nor driven one nail into a board to let the world know I plan on being useful to these cocksuckers. Yeah, all right. Sorry about that. My plans to be useful. I'm gonna sit down by the sea, think about a song to sing to thee. People that have a guitar and a fiddle, they always want to get around with a twiddle. They want to make you laugh and cry and sing, and tap your feet when they do, but really their songs suck. I wouldn't pay them $1. I got Betty and her songs and they never heard. I swear, I got songs that will lift the curse of Eve, put the apple back onto that forbidden tree, undo all the history of suffering, Take us back to a place where we can acquit ourselves of our desires by giving each other pleasures with no fear of reciprocity or any obligations the next day. That's what we pay for when we buy a whore, and that's what we should have done instead of trying to be Christians. You gotta have faith. Yep, you gotta have faith. You just got to chance. You gotta take a chance. Be careful with your every step. The old man is crossing the stream. I think he's got a chance of keeping his feet as dry as a man can. It's okay, you got to have. He's doing good, he's doing good. Balance is key. Focus is seminal. Focus, in fact, increases your sperm count. I like to give men little things to focus on, like how can you be useful to me that will make your sperm count rise in anticipation of of finding my approbation and my consolation. Like, job well done, attaboy. Sperm count is increased because my paternalistic turn of mind is making you feel good about yourself. And now you can go inseminate someone. Motility is what I'm all about. The tility of the moe. How much the moe can till, how much air he can breathe in the service of lies which he himself cannot comprehend, and about which he knows little. Shh, shh. You're bad. When you're bad, you're bad. It is the last of my contemplation to put before thee that if a gift were wrapped and placed in the court of the most ineffable consummation of man's fundamental identity in creation, I would so do so to you and before thy throne and that of thy people's health, in the wholeness which is comprehended by the best of your own flesh and blood, spread most truly across every measures of the heavens and the earth, that the quintessence which you should like some hungry interest in securing for yourself should no doubt never fail to satisfy. And then I place that box before you with the ribbons of blue and red and green and gold. And many times of old can be seen in the reflective foil of this amazing gift set before thy throne and that of the son of all thy tree, and all its branches, and all their happiness multifactored by the desperate, wonderful little mind that you were born with. It's weird. Now, what is to be said of this gift that you approach and see upon its many facets, so many scenes from your life? History, as it has leveraged itself and its many forces and its diverse human courage and cupidity and caprice into an illustrative guide to all the most venomous rays of that pallid sun, which has guided the currents of destruction, and to this very day. And you now must be relied upon to approach such a range of precipitous doom has been the human race itself, to contend with such as it would dare not speak, but that the very last ounce of its will would be broken if we should, and none should break that silence, but man himself should become as though unborn, without remedy, without retreat. Now you might think, I watch these people and their babies. He's got a new baby on his papoose, and she's got like some sort of 2-year-old little menace to the world. And I'm thinking, would they listen to this on their iPod? I'm like, honey, you know how we heard the sound of our child burping for the first time last night? And how she said daddy and mommy for the first time? Well, I'm listening to this man speak, and I almost it just ruins the entire feeling in my heart. I think he kills joy. I'm a joy killer. Look at his blue shorts. The child is talking avidly. I can't tell if they're the grandparents or the parents, because he's got gray, and he's got his second child. And she looks like her vagina stinks. Stinky vagina. Vaginas should swell the air with scents of vanilla and amaretto. I feel like a homeless man should come out from behind me and shake my hand and say, I just want to say thank you. I've listened to hobos whine before, but that is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard, listening to you talk to yourself. I'm gonna put a pizza in the oven. You can't tell me that I don't need loving. You can't tell me that I don't need a girl. Take me to a movie and give me a whirl. I want to watch Titanic with you as many times as you want. That poor skinny child slips into that blue, but that's okay. She keeps all the joy for herself, and she's so spoiled and entitled. She throws it back into the ocean when she could have fed half the orphans in California. What a bitch. Ooh. Just throws it back like some silly old woman. Jewel of the ocean. It belongs here, like my unfortunate skinny paramour, who didn't get to float on a piece of wood, but my fat, corpulent body did, even though I didn't need to, because right to the end I was afforded certain privileges because I have a vagina. Titanic, a movie about a giant sinking ship, but also the failing labors of men to avail themselves of any great freedom beyond that of the women who eclipse them with their all-benighting, cock-sucking, and emasculating matrimony. A film of positivity and hope for every dick-bearing person out there. But for women, a battle cry. A chance for them to begin dusting off all of their plaintive, whiny, bitchy ways from the last 1,000 years. And show us just what completely stupid cunts they really are. And so on the occasion of my parents' 50th wedding anniversary, I'd like to say thank you and good night. My Sunday school teachers would be so proud. Boom. Ah. Boom. Piled the stones really high. I found among their many hallowed heights such a delightful intelligence as could pile one stone upon another with an incredible genius which allowed him to pile 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 stones he's got here. 12 stones, that's pretty good. Wow. I have a humongous package for you, ma'am. Yes, it's in the back of my truck. I'll get it for you. Now, who would like to sign the shaft of this humongous package? Now, stroke it lightly, ma'am. Stroke it lightly. It likes a gentle touch. There you go. That really gets the ink flowing. The blood, I like to think of it. Isn't that funny? Thank you, ma'am. Now, I will have another huge package for you next week if you like. Would you like me to bring another huge package to you next week? Yes? Okay. That's right. And will you be able to receive it? Or accommodate it, if you will? Would like to stick my huge package into your vagina? What are you talking about? My vagina? I'm not like that. But yes. Of course. I'll be here at 8. I'm seeing your neighbor at 9, so... Oh, let's not be coy. I'll be seeing every woman in the building. I'll be quite tired later, so you might not see my package for a while. Package. Captain Jean-Luc Package. I see loneliness because I feel loneliness. I feel anger because I see anger. I see anger because I feel anger. I know solitude because I have been by myself many days. And the thunder of this man's lawnmower confounds me. It speaks thunder to the grass. It liberates chlorophyll to the vast wastes that a children's nostril might take in the knowledge of cut grass. That their father's labours should at once add up to something much more admirable than all of those that he conducts within what he likes to call an orifice or an office, a contained place in which very strict parameters and bounds my father does his greatest work, that when pressed into such confines in space and time, he liberates himself from everything that a father is supposed to be, so that he can take on the role of a mighty soldier of paper, pen, and dollar bills which confined and conformed the mind of man, so that the mother of that mind and the father of his time have been long sequestered, interred, if you will, into the many monuments of his freedom, that he may look upon their alabaster bust and think not that they might shed a tear, if they could, like the Mother Mary herself, and say, "Give us rest, my sweet, give us rest. Do not believe what is untrue, and let us be true to you still, and let our families breathe again, as once we did. Be well." And also, what are the flowers? Cats do require food. What are the flowers indeed? What a meaningful statement. And cats do need food. Pussies require food. They are hungry. They like to purr. They have fur. They're furry. They respond to touch and sound. Sometimes they like to stalk you. Sometimes like they go someplace higher than everyone in the room and look down on you condescendingly. Sometimes they don't use the litter box in order to send you a message written in cat urine or something like that, which gets into your blood when a woman merely says a word, a tone. And the greatest god of Egypt is nowhere near as filled with plagues as the scorn of a female. It's probably only 4 or 5. So one guy out there, I didn't pay much attention, but he was getting a little territorial and drinking beer. It's no big deal, it's just the first signs of territoriality. A sort of wandering gaze. If I can feel someone's energy at 300 yards, that's quite the wandering eye. And part of that is like, okay, I get that. You pick up that I have a certain energy, it's good. But if I keep feeling that gaze, that's not a good thing. And I just can easily steer around it. In fact, the distance is really why they're so focused, because they don't really think I can feel it. And so they give themselves away. Not really even a malicious mind, just a lazy one. That's all I need to know. I'd rather not know anything else. Like, if you're half the man I am, you would know that one look is all it took. Well, you can appreciate from a distance, but you don't need to be so concerned about a stranger at 300 yards. Unless you can tell he has a stronger energy than you, especially when you're drinking, because you're basically weakening your energy. Anyone who's not drinking is stronger than someone who's drinking. Right? And so the weaker a psychotic is, the worse it is for you, because it creates an energy inequality, strength inequality. And inequality brings out inferiority, which brings out aggression and territoriality. Which is why when you're dealing with a drunk, you naturally are very respectful and sober. You don't want to make them look bad. You don't want to condescend to them. You don't want to make it look like there's such a vast discrepancy between the operation of their mind and the operation of yours. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, good, thanks.
Summer is here.
Yeah, it feels good. Yeah. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks. was a nice alpha male. 4:52. I'm going to roll another joint and look for girls who are barely clad. That is my name is Vlad, the perverted man from Russia. Oh, okay. I must roll some more marijuana to feed my insatiable drug habit. Let's see if Tatiana, my whore mother, is available. Hello, you whore, my mother. I must talk with you now. You will hear my mother, the whore. She will come.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, I'm just gonna roll another joint and head back out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You can tell people are happy.
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean, it's like, it's the beginning of the rest of everyone's life. You know, it's like, really, it must be like that. I know how it feels. I feel like that every year, but I guess most people feel like that right now. Oh, once the weather starts getting better, you know?
That's like having bills.
Yeah, it's nice out. How's your day? Am I bothering you, or?
No, I'm just sorry. I'm playing on my phone.
No, that's all right.
No, so Buddy's still sleeping, but he was awake quite a bit today because every time I went out, he seemed to have woken up. So it was like he was a bit worried.
Okay.
Third time.
I wouldn't worry too much about that.
It just so he was. I've just been close to him all day, but he's sleeping on the floor now, and
All right.
it's 5 o'clock, so
All right.
I'll see if I can persuade him to go out.
Do you think he needs some time with Lan?
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe I could persuade him to take a walk with me.
Maybe you could.
All right. Well, I'm just rolling a joint and having some juice, but I can stop around in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
That is called the genius of the human heart. It is able, like David Attenborough, to narrate his life while he barely escapes the contagious, emasculating forces of female kind that make me want to get other men's dicks in trouble for things I myself have not done, nor they, but only that we have feigned an interest in vaginas which care little for our own lives. For mortification is their way, and survival is their game. Ha ha. Ha ha. I'm no sex. What sex are you? No sex. No sex at all. Don't give me your sex. Don't give me your sex, Yosemite Sam. Don't give me that sex stuff. I don't want to put my penis into any suitable receptacle. Farm animals, stones, and the occasional piece of driftwood are my meat. They're where I meet with my maker. And nothing is produced but the pleasure of my continued existence. Unparalleled as it is, without the discourtesies and the immolations introduced by the presence of the female. That's funny. That is funny. You are a funny man. You are a lonely man, but you're a funny man. And I like funny men. Stay here, lonely funny man, while I get a couple of my sisters to laugh at your humongous lack of shame. Sure. I like anything with the word humongous associated with young girls. It make me feel humongous. I feel like a bigger man and not just a better one. I feel someone who's become gorged in his own innate masculinity and afforded so little opportunity as he has in the past into a seeming antiquity of the fossilized mythologies of self which have beset a life of chronic masturbation. Why am I laughing at that? That's not normal. Did not Hippodamus laugh at himself when Daedalus said, "Hey, motherfucker, My labyrinthine imagination has confounded the Lord's own parasitic phallic nature, that it has winded its way around the many narratives of the Bible and the many historical texts which cover the many unparalleled measures with which man has excreted himself from his own best intentions. He's like, what the fuck? I am a poet of all knowledge. I put it in a way where you can understand more than you even want to. And you don't feel as vaguely ill at ease as you think you should. Because it sounds like a song like a crazy man sings to get his demons to go to sleep. But it really wakes the demon. And honesty is standing there going, you know, you people were much nicer when you just stared at my tits all day. You're like, yeah, you're right, honesty. Lift your shirt up again and we'll stop. Honesty's tits are really nice. I mean, honestly, honesty is the sexiest fucking woman I've ever seen in my life. That is not just a horny man, that's a fucking allegory. Instead of Al Gore, they should have elected Allegory. His name probably is a play on words with allegory, because all them people's names are a play on things. Words themselves will not avail you in the end of days. For the plays upon those words are like the altars upon that church of mass human cannibalism, whose psychisis and daemon knows no better ally than the mother of the child. Your ectoplasmic Cleopatra, your Borg-like thighs, your uterus is like your puterus. You're not cuterus when your puterus gets in the way of your uterus. You'd be cuter in a pewter bowl into which I could mash my foreskin. All right. That's enough for now. And now the sacred bough of the golden tree will be laid beneath the star of the purple and hallowed cloud of that just about to become my heaven, which something tends to persuade me to think that I can smell with my nose and see with my eyes and hear with my ears and think and feel with my heart, that they should find among their many limbs a quintessence for which man has longed these many years, and feel